If you've been wondering why you can't get a girlfriend, no matter how much you try, let me tell you something that most people will never say out loud. It's not because you're unattractive. It's not because you're unworthy of love. And it's definitely not because everyone else is just lucky. But because there is something deeper happening inside you, something psychological, something almost invisible, a pattern buried beneath your confidence, your fears, your habits, your past experiences, and the stories you silently tell yourself about who you are. And this pattern controls your relationships long before a girl ever sees your face, hears your voice, or gets close enough to know your heart. And until you bring it into the light, you will keep repeating the same cycle, even though you desperately want something real. Most people think relationships fail or never begin because of appearance, money, or external success. But the truth is that attraction starts in the mind, not the mirror. And many men walk around with a mind that tells a very dangerous story, a story that says they are not enough, a story that whispers that they will be rejected, a story shaped by childhood, heartbreak, loneliness, and comparison, a story that makes them overthink every word they say, every message they send, every move they make, until they become tense, disconnected, and unable to show their real personality. And women feel that immediately, because people don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with authenticity. And authenticity can't exist when fear is driving the car. The reason you can't get a girlfriend is often because you don't fully believe you deserve one. And that disbelief shows up in the smallest and most subtle ways. It shows up when you apologize for things you didn't even do wrong, when you shrink yourself to appear less bothersome, when you stay silent because you think your voice isn't important enough to be heard, when you're scared to flirt because you assume she won't like you back, when you treat every conversation like a test you might fail rather than a moment you are allowed to enjoy, and when you keep chasing women who give you the bare minimum because deep down you believe that is the most you're allowed to have. Another reason is emotional unavailability. Not hers, yours. Because so many men don't realize that they are emotionally closed, guarded, protective, and disconnected from their own vulnerability. And they think being strong means being unreadable, silent, mysterious, untouchable. But the truth is that emotional numbness doesn't make you attractive. It makes you unreachable because women connect through emotional presence, emotional openness, emotional availability, and when you're always half in, half out, afraid to be hurt, afraid to be seen, afraid to be vulnerable, then even the best women will lose interest because they can't feel you. They can't understand you. They can't register any warmth from you. They just feel a closed door. You also might be stuck in a cycle of chasing the wrong type of women, the ones who confirm your insecurities instead of healing them. And this happens because the brain is addicted to familiarity, even when familiarity hurts. So if you grew up feeling ignored, unimportant, or invisible, you might be drawn to women who recreate that same emotional distance. Because somewhere inside you is a wound that feels like home, and your mind confuses emotional intensity with emotional connection. So you go after the emotionally unavailable, the chaotic, the inconsistent, the ones who don't choose you back, and then you tell yourself that something is wrong with you, when the truth is that your brain is repeating an old story, not creating a new future. And sometimes you can't get a girlfriend simply because you're still carrying the weight of someone who broke you, someone who made you question your worth, someone who made you believe love is dangerous. And without even realizing it, you protect yourself by avoiding closeness, by avoiding commitment, by avoiding letting anyone in. And you convince yourself that it's just not the right time. But deep down, you are scared that letting someone close will reopen the same wound that nearly destroyed you. But here's the truth you need to hear. You are not broken, you are not behind, you are not doomed, and you are not destined to be alone. You are simply unlearning old patterns that were never yours to carry. You are healing parts of yourself that were abandoned, ignored, or misunderstood. And this healing takes time, patience, awareness, and self-compassion. But once you begin to change the story you tell yourself, everything else changes too. Your energy changes. Your confidence changes, your boundaries change, your standards change, your presence changes. And instead of trying to earn love, you start to naturally attract it, because you finally understand that you are worthy of being loved without performing, without pretending, without shrinking, without chasing, and without proving anything to anyone. When you stop seeing yourself as someone who has to fight for attention and start seeing yourself as someone who deserves connection, the entire world begins to respond differently to you. And the moment you realize that the right person doesn't need you to be perfect, just present, just real, just honest, just yourself, is the moment you stop trying so hard to be chosen and start choosing yourself first. And ironically, that is exactly when the right person shows up. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, press the thumbs up and share it with others. It helps spread the message of inner peace and self-discovery. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this.